a KQED television production.
I'm telling you right now, I am hungry.
Check Please Bay Area is made possible by the members of KQED and by
Redwood Credit Union, community banking for the North Bay and San Francisco. Business and personal, online and mobile, plus nationwide ATMs. Banking for people who call this place home.
Sutter Health CPMC, the new Mission Bernal Hospital, opens August 2018 with all private rooms and comprehensive maternity services. cpmc2020.org.
Total Wine & More, offering more than 8,000 wines, 2,500 beers, and 3,000 spirits. Total Wine & More, now with 7 Bay Area locations. TotalWine.com. IRG has thousands of surfaces in stock now. Surfaces, selection, service. IRG at MarbleCompany.com. Oakland International Airport, now with flights all over the world. iFlyOAK.com.
Hi, I'm Leslie Sabraco. Welcome to Check Please Bay Area, the show where regular Bay Area residents review and talk about their favorite restaurants. Now we have 3 guests and each one recommends one of their favorite spots and the other 2 go check them out to see what they think. Digital producer Bill Tanzer promotes fun and quirky online ads for a contemporary clothing company. Keeping up with the latest trends keeps him busy all week long. But come Saturday, it's all about his favorite hobby, brunch with his besties. Raised in San Jose's historic Little Portugal, attorney Gary Rose has long had a passion for the culture and cuisine of his ancestors. From vintage ports to Vinho Verdes, he's a true Portuguese wine and food aficionado. And all hail Theopatra, queen of the vineyards. From harvest to crush to bottle, Theodora Lee pours heart and soul into making her own award-winning wines. When she's in the mood for something hearty to pair with her Petite Syrah, she grabs a bottle or 2 and heads to Alameda for the traditional German fare at Speisekammer German restaurant.
Speise means food, so Speisekammer means Speise or food pantry. I like the name, it sounds cute, it sounds interesting, it's difficult to pronounce for Americans, and that also was a little fun. Cheers. My name is Peter Kahl.
And I'm Cindy Kahl, and this is the German restaurant Speisekammer. We're a family restaurant. Our kids were little when we first opened, and now they both work here. And a lot of our staff's worked here for a very long time.
The food we serve is traditional German food. Tasty, light, homemade food. Food I remember from Germany. I grew up in Germany. I learned cooking in German cooking school and tried to make it as I would like to eat it when I go back to Germany.
We have a lot of bacon, but we also have a lot of vegetarian options.
Yeah. Our beer selection is obviously mostly German. And as we all know, German is the best beer in the world. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a convert.
She is convinced, and that's remarkable.
We actually do have some local beer as well. And we do have a really nice cocktail program, and I think our wine list is great.
Riesling.
Riesling.
Riesling. Try Riesling.
All right, I'm not going to call you Theodora anymore. Can I just call you Theo?
Theo. That's what everyone calls me,
All right, Theo. There we go. Now, how did you find this German restaurant?
One day I was trying to celebrate a special occasion, so I reached out to a friend, and Speisekammer, which is what I call it.
Well, Speisekammer.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Right? And you know, I may be African American, but I got a lot of German background. And I love big, hearty foods. And I love a good time. Live music, great food, great atmosphere. I met the owners. I just love everything about it. I went there recently. I had the pork shank. Oh my God. I'm talking about meat that falls off the bone. And it comes in a gravy. It is so wonderful with the cabbage. I call it orgasmic eating. Okay.
You transported yourself to Germany, didn't you?
Yes. And it's like the atmosphere, it's like California meets a German beer garden.
Are you familiar, Bill, with German food very much?
Yes, so I'm a schnitzel guy.
Okay.
And the Jaeger schnitzel was just outstanding. Well, of course, I had a Kentucky Mule with 4 roses.
Excellent choice of bourbon, 4 roses.
Yes.
Fantastic. And then we were seated, and we had this amazing fried Brussels sprouts with pumpkin seeds and a Meyer lemon cream. That was just a home run. Fantastic. And then we had this fish platter, which I basically hoarded for myself. And between the herring and the dill sauce and the horseradish and the smoked trout and the gravlax, it was just, and then they had this big salad in the middle, which I then drowned in the horseradish and dill sauce, and I pretty much ate it all myself.
I got to tell you, that sounds like that was aching for a beer, I'll be honest,
you
or
know,
a German Riesling.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
there was a
yes.
Hefeweizen there somewhere.
Yeah, the beers were fabulous. And we had a Pilsner that was amazing. One of us had this amber beer from Germany, and our server said, "You can't find this. It's unfiltered. We get it. You ought to try it." And it was to die for.
Well, because they have dozens on draft and in bottle.
And they had a special, and it was a marinated herring. They did some kind of marinade to it. It was out of this world. And they had a lot of vegetables and big pieces of beets and onions. And you put me next to something with vinegar and sugar in it, I'll eat anything. I'll probably eat a shoe. And so it knocked me out. My wife got this boar, the wild boar.
Yeah, the wild boar is awesome.
Yeah, it's a plate full of food and a sauce that goes over it.
I mean, the food there is just amazing. I've never had a bad meal there. I mean, the meats are exceptional. They slow cook them, and when it comes out, they give you these huge portions. It's my favorite restaurant in all of the Bay Area. So I am so glad that you guys loved it. I'm so glad.
Theo was nervous over there.
We all went home with doggy bags.
Yes,
So we got a
yes.
second meal out of it, and it was already a good bargain.
And what did you have for your main course?
So we had the pork sausage with the 2 types of mustard. Our favorite, though, was the Jaeger schnitzel.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with a fried pork fillet, drowning in this thick, savory mushroom sauce with big slices of mushrooms, and then a side of spätzle, which by itself didn't have much flavor. It had wonderful bite, but it's the great delivery vehicle for the sauce. And we just scarfed that down.
And they rolled you out of there,
Yeah,
basically.
but you have to talk about the cabbage. That red cabbage, talking about vinegar, it is just melt in your mouth, fully flavored, and healthy for you too.
One of my companions wanted something vegetarian, so she showed the spätzle with cheese and caramelized onions. And we go, "You're buying macaroni and cheese at a German restaurant?" And she goes, "I'm going to give it a shot." And we go, "Okay, well, the cheese was fantastic, but the caramelized onions permeating that whole dish just gave it a big boost." My daughter had bacon-wrapped meatloaf, and that was
Another
big,
one of my favorite dishes.
big time rich and delicious.
I'm telling you right now, I am hungry.
Well, go to Speisekammer, whatever you want to call it, and don't forget the entertainment. I mean, you cannot go wrong.
Did you have anything for dessert?
We had this lemon raspberry cake, and it was a sponge cake with this Swiss meringue buttercream frosting, which I could have just eaten a whole bowl of myself. It was so delicious. We did not leave anything on our plates. We did not take anything home. We did take it home. It was in our tummies.
Oh my
and
God.
we practically rolled out of there.
You absolutely did, because
was
the
obscene.
portions are huge.
Yeah, and
How
so
could one human being
and we were
eat all
huge
of
too.
that?
We were huge too after we left.
When it came time to dessert, we waved the white flag.
Yeah.
So
Enough.
we give up. Yeah, we're done.
All right, your restaurant, Theo, wrap it up for us.
Great food, great atmosphere, great music, and wonderful beer garden.
All right, and Bill?
If you're looking for some hearty German fare and you're in Alameda, then Speisekammer is the place you should go.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to going back and trying a whole bunch more wonderful German beers.
If you would like to try Speisekammer German Restaurant, it's on Lincoln Avenue at Park in Alameda. The telephone number is 510-522-1300. It's open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Reservations are recommended, and the average dinner tab per person without drinks is around $30. Bill's a big breakfast guy who even has his own breakfast club. Luckily, he lives just 3 short blocks from a neighborhood diner where they never skimp on their Southern-style specialties. Here, Bill says the food's as good as the line is long. In San Francisco, it's Kate's Kitchen.
Over medium, big guy. I own Kate's Kitchen for close to 25 years, and I run this business as a family business. So my kids, they grow up around here during the summer. When, there's no school, they come, they were little kids, they grow up and working, helping out. My name is Hassan Kader, and I'm the owner, the manager, and the chef of the restaurant Kate's Kitchen in San Francisco. The corned beef hash? We named it Kate's Kitchen after one of our chefs. They were having a baby, and we named it after her. The special menu that we have on the board, we change it weekly, and some stuff we change it seasonally. We start adding gluten-free menus. I have customers who've been regular customers, come close to 25 years since we opened. I have customers who come almost every day, because if you're a breakfast person, you need to eat breakfast, you go to breakfast. And we are a neighborhood, they're a good friend of us, and they come in, know everybody in the kitchen. What kept us staying in San Francisco is the fact that I have a great landlord. He just today, sent me the extension for my lease, so I'll be here for until 2028. So that's good news. We have good rent here, and so we pass the saving that we had to the customers. So we managed to have a healthy, good food for good price. We don't use can opener, and we don't have any freezer. Everything fresh, everything made out of scratches.
All right, I want to hear about this breakfast club.
Yes, I have 2 coworkers that I consistently go to breakfast with on Saturday mornings. They go to boot camp. I do not. But we meet somewhere in the middle, and our mission is to seek out the best and the most affordable breakfast places there are in San Francisco. And one of those happens to be Kate's Kitchen.
And it's close by you.
3 blocks away. I love it.
All right, what is it that makes this place so special?
Pancakes, but pancakes that are much different because they're cornmeal pancakes. And when one thinks of cornmeal, one thinks of gritty and just not a pleasant texture. These are melt in your mouth, and they are so big. They fill the circumference of the plate, and they're dusted with confectionery sugar, and they serve them with real maple syrup. They actually make a smiley face with the 2 cups of maple syrup and the pat of butter in the middle, and they're just fantastic.
And that's what you go to every time you get the pancakes.
I get the pancakes as an ensemble. It's called the Big Guy's Breakfast. And though I'm not a big guy, I am bigger when I leave. They bring it on 2 different plates. Right. There's the 2 pancakes, and then I get 2 poached eggs. You can have the eggs any way you want, and some home fries, and 2 pieces of rustic bacon and homemade sausage patty.
That is one big breakfast.
But I scarf it down every time.
Let me say, if Bill could eat everything at Speisekammer, I believe he can eat that breakfast at Kate's Kitchen. And we were impressed right off the bat with how nice all the staff was. A well-run business, you can kind of sense it, how the staff is. Yeah. We knew we were in a good place. And it was just really a local, wonderful place. So anyway, we started with their bottomless coffee cup. We ordered the corn muffins.
The hush puppy.
The hush puppy. Oh my God.
The poo butter. Yes.
With the poo butter. My favorite.
One of our guests was from Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh.
And she knows hush puppies. When she saw the dusted sugar on there, she goes, I don't know about this. This is San Francisco stuff, and she liked them very much.
Did you like the poo butter?
I love the poo butter and the hush butter. That was my first order. Right. I mean, fried cornmeal. The butter melted in your mouth. They were so voluptuous. Yeah. Oh my God, I couldn't eat them all. Yeah. We started our meal with orange juice mimosas. You can get a whole carafe of mimosas for like $12.
Right. Value is key.
Value is key at this place. After the hush puppies, I ordered the chicken sandwich. Not sandwich, but sandwich.
Oh, right.
And it has onions and aioli, and then it came with a coleslaw that had oh my God, that coleslaw was wonderful. And then let me tell you, being from Texas, I had to order me a side of collard greens.
Of course you did.
Oh, those
Of course
collard
you did.
greens.
With the bacon.
Oh, with the bacon. They were like my grandmother's.
Really?
I mean, I met the owner. I mean, he's a guy from Jerusalem. I mean, you know, I'm like, how did you learn how to cook like my people? Okay? I mean, this place was amazing.
I could visualize, getting the newspaper going in late in the morning when things are quieting down and just savor the atmosphere. It adds to the nice vibe of the place.
And then people come in and out for takeout too, and it's like a great people watching place.
We ordered corned beef, and it was different, and it turned out to be wonderful. They had little chunks of really nice, juicy corned beef.
Really tender. Yeah.
And then it looks like they sauteed that with veggies, healthful and delicious.
They make a savory biscuit that's homemade.
Yes.
That's delicious as well.
Yes,
so.
we like that biscuit.
I mean, I've been passing Kate's for several years and always saw the line outside and go, I'm too hungry, I don't want to wait outside. But they move through people so quickly. God
and if
bless
you don't mind waiting, there's a pot shop next door.
There is. There
I'm
is.
here with two lawyers.
There is a dispensary.
But it's legal now.
It's legal. What about the eggs Benedict?
Yeah, my daughter ordered eggs Benedict with homemade breakfast sausage and onions, and that really worked well together. It's a savory dish, and it's delicious.
Is awesome.
Then my wife had a wrap. It's like a spinach tortilla. Then they have egg, diced bacon, cheese, some hot sauce, just enough to give it a little zing. She loved it.
All right, wrap it up for us, Bill.
If you want some affordable and delicious food that will fill you up with some Southern flair, then Kate's Kitchen is your place.
All right, and Theo.
Southern home cooking with a California flair.
And Gary.
It's a great place to spend Sunday morning and have wonderful food.
All right, if you would like to try Kate's Kitchen, it's on Haight Street at Fillmore in San Francisco. The telephone number is 415-626-3984. It's open for breakfast and brunch every day. Reservations are not accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is under $15. Port is one of the wine world's classics. From complex aged tawnies to rich vintage bottlings, port is a sweet wine with no equal. But these days, Portugal's grape-growing home of port, the dramatically mountainous Douro Valley, is doing double duty in producing some of Portugal's most exciting dry wines. Sumptuous reds are crafted from the same native grape varieties that go into port, such as Touriga Nacional, Touriga Franca, and Tinto Roriz, to name a few. These earthy, savory, and hearty dry reds are winning hearts, including mine. From affordable and easy drinking versions to the signature reds of the famed Symington and Pratt's families, dry Douros need to be on every wine lover's shopping list. Saúde! Growing up, Gary's Portuguese grandmother would serve him big bowls of savory sopas paired with homemade wine from his grandfather's vineyards. Now Gary relives those fond food memories every time he visits his spot. In San Jose's Little Portugal, it's called ADEGA.
I went to culinary school in LA and I did my apprenticeship in Lisbon, and that's when I met Chef David, and he taught me everything I needed to know about Portuguese cuisine.
Beef medium well.
I'm David Costa.
And I'm Jessica Carrera, and we're the chefs at Restaurant ADEGA. The area that we're in is Little Portugal, and it is the second largest Portuguese community in the United States. It's actually where I was born, and when I decided to open up a restaurant, I wanted to come back to Little Portugal and revitalize it.
Number 14.
So Portuguese food is actually the first fusion cuisine. Because we were one of the first countries to discover the world and explore the world, we brought back a lot of different types of spices and then utilized that in our cuisine.
The food is the traditional recipes. In Portugal, it's a little bit more fish. And for here, I have a lot of items of fish. The California fish, it's very, very good.
So since I am American born but Portuguese at heart, I noticed that a lot of people of my generation have lost touch with their roots, so I wanted to have a place they can come and reminisce about being Portuguese, also show their American friends what our cuisine is like and what our culture is like. So we implement a lot of different types of service as if you were dining in a restaurant in Lisbon. For example, we only bring the check to the table when asked. Sometimes it causes problems, so we have had some incidents where clients are, hey, hello, we need our check now, we gotta go. We're waiting for them to say, check please.
ADEGA actually means wine cellar.
It does.
Right.
It does.
So it almost pays to talk about the wine first with this place, right?
We should, because the founders of the restaurant were in the wine importation business. They focused on Portugal. They visited the country from top to bottom. They're deeply involved in that culture
And
personally.
chef is from Portugal as
Yes,
well.
and the pastry chef.
Mhm.
This young chef is really gifted. She is so special with her touch.
But the wine list is all Portuguese. I have to wax poetic about it. It makes me, just brings me to tears, happy tears, to see a list like that, that just showcases the depth and breadth of amazing Portuguese wine.
It was a dream of his, I'm sure, to showcase it.
So let's talk about the food.
Well, it's a higher end concept for the food that's the foundation of Portuguese cuisine.
When the smells are wafting from the kitchen, what do you get?
And the music is on, and Amalia Rodriguez is singing her fado. Yes,
Little
and
fado is playing.
it's so wonderful. That the vibe is really good. And we ordered pig's ears.
I love the pig's ear salad. This, we understood, was like a wonderful delicacy that is traditional Portuguese meal. These pig ears were delectable. I never have had a pig ear before, but I will have another one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We had, I was with my breakfast club, and this was dinner.
You were having dinner.
I think you might consider changing the name of the club.
I think so. I'm not accustomed to dining at a Michelin star restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
I did enjoy seeing the little Michelin man when we came in. And that wall of wine was just spectacular. The cod cakes were just crispy and velvety, and I could have eaten 7 of those. The octopus, we liked the taste, but we were expecting maybe more tentacles or something. And it was just because we wanted to share. And it was hard to scoop up. They were really chopped up fine, but the taste was really good.
I mean, it's a fancy spot. It's a spot that you should expect to spend some money and to have an experience, right?
That's, I think, part of the charm is that they give you a lot of things they don't charge you for, and they keep you engaged.
Well, and that's the service aspect of it. It sounds like service to you guys was excellent.
It was excellent.
They kept bringing us these like complimentary bites.
Yes.
The olives, and then this spoon with some sardine.
Oh,
and
God.
it was a puff pastry to the side of the sardine, which was just fantastic.
I mean, they brought this carrot soup.
Oh, the carrot, in the teacup.
Oh
in the
my
little
God,
cup,
in the
yes.
teacup. It was wonderful, so flavorful.
With this
and
olive
robust.
oil on top. It was the perfect amount because it was so rich and so savory that you couldn't consume more than
And
that.
the cups were so beautiful. I mean, it was like a curated meal from beginning to end.
Yeah, the bacalhau casa is wonderful. You know, they rehydrate this dried salted cod perfectly. They pan fry it. They dust it with herbs, and they put it on a savory potato, and it's really good.
I would have licked the stripe off my plate if there was one. But it was fantastic.
And my meal was this ribeye steak, huge. They cook it, and then they finish it on salt rocks. Oh my God, this steak was so tender. You could cut it with a fork, and all of the flavors and the juices and the little salt flavor.
With the egg and the ham.
Oh,
that
yes.
was the heartiest.
Oh,
that was
God.
like eating at Speisekammer again. It was so much food.
One pork chop.
There's a reason this restaurant has a Michelin star, because every dish was handcrafted for our pleasure. I loved it.
My breakfast buddy had this sort of, is it Morisco? Or it was like almost a paella with shrimp and lots of lobster.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, but there was an add-on. We had those gelée, those bonbons. We had there were these little jellies, and they came on this beautiful slate, and those were complimentary. And again, but then there was that pre-dessert, which was, there was this, this was little mini tart.
Yes. We did have that.
So decadent with this sort of creme something inside, a pastry cream, and then it had this wonderful little citrus on top. And then we had our 2 desserts. I got the triple egg and sugar cookie pastry platter, and one looked like a little folded crepe or blintz. One, it had this beautiful sort of arced burnt sugar brown butter wafer coming out of it. Then we had, which wasn't too sweet, which was great, we had a baked apple filled with a cinnamon souffle with a side of ice cream that had like a tangy, almost like a creme fraiche tang to it. And I'm not a baked apple fan, but let me tell you, I had to fight for this because my 2 breakfast buddies, which are now dinner buddies, were baked apple fans. But let's just say we were very, very satisfied with dessert.
I was going to say, I think we could go on for an hour with this discussion of this meal, but we got to wrap it up. Gary, your spot, wrap it up for us.
It's a wonderful place to discover new cuisine, new wines, in a great institution with great people.
Okay, and Bill?
If you want delicious Portuguese food in an elegant yet casual atmosphere, then ADEGA is your place.
All right, and Theo?
Authentic Portuguese food with wonderful Portuguese people and Portuguese pride.
All right, if you would like to try ADEGA, it's on Alum Rock Avenue at 33rd in San Jose. The telephone number is 408-926-9075. It's open for dinner Tuesday through Saturday. Reservations are recommended, and the average dinner tab per person without drinks is around $60. I have to thank my great guests on this week's show. From sauerbraten to schnitzel, Theodora Lee shared traditional German delights at Speisekammer German restaurant in Alameda. And Bill Tanzer and his breakfast buddies can't get enough of the Southern-style comfort food at Kate's Kitchen in San Francisco. Finally, Gary Rose's passion for all things Portuguese is on tap at ADEGA in San Jose. So join us next time when 3 new guests will recommend their favorite spots right here on Check Please Bay Area. I'm Leslie Sabraco, and I'll see you then. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers. You guys were awesome.
So now it's your turn. We want to hear from you if you visited any of our Check Please restaurants. You can post a selfie on Instagram, join the conversation on Facebook, and tweet us anytime. And don't forget to visit our website. All the shows are there, along with my wine videos and notes about the wines we drink on set. You'll also find our fun new web series, Taste This, where we celebrate food and drinks around the Bay. Cheers.
Check Please Bay Area is made possible by the members of KQED and by Oakland International Airport, now with flights all over the world. iFlyOAK.com. IRG has thousands of surfaces in stock now. Surfaces, selection, service. IRG at MarbleCompany.com. Total Wine & More, offering more than 8,000 wines, 2,500 beers, and 3,000 spirits. Total Wine & More, now with 7 Bay Area locations. TotalWine.com.
Sutter Health CPMC, the new Mission Bernal Hospital, opens August 2018 with all private rooms and comprehensive maternity services. CPMC2020.org.
Redwood Credit Union, community banking for the North Bay and San Francisco. Business and personal, online and mobile, plus nationwide ATMs. Banking for people who call this place home.